So let it be. It's what the courts have taken a decision to suppress political speech in South Africa. When you say you know where the money is, the money has not serviced the people of Alexander. There are no services here in Alexander. From the naked eye, we can't see anything. You are corrupt. You must come and say, no, you are talking nonsense. Here is where the money went. This is the road we have built for so much. This is the houses we have built for so much. And all of that, and get out of it. I thought Paul was bigger than that. But Paul takes advantage because he can see. Or the koto di latlile. At koto di latlile, you also grab an opportunity to, I can also get something. I can get 500,000. Yo! And then you go and fetch your 500,000 as well. From the funny courts of South Africa, where that big one went up to a guy agrees gets fined 200,000 because of a K weight. I guess he said that to black people. There's no problem. 200,000. You are fined 500,000 for political speech. That's what the courts of South Africa say. It's costly to call a K weight more expensive to speak politics. More expensive to speak politics. Those are South Africa. That's where we find ourselves in now. Worse, you can't speak against a member of the Tumamina group. Yes, these courts will kill you. What? They even write in their the new dawn. The new dawn has brought changes in ESCOM. How does a judge write like that and use a campaigning speech of a politician in a judgment? The Constitutional Court revived my hope when it gave Jiba and Mukhwebi. I don't want them. I don't want them to go back to NPA. But, you know, when the court said they too are South Africans, they deserve the law. It doesn't matter how much you hate them. They deserve the protection of the law. The Constitutional Court revived my confidence. I was hopeless. But Ngugai Toby once said, well, we need to find a proper case and go to Constitutional Court so that the Constitutional Court can also tell us if it's part of the New Dawn. Because the Constitutional Court can't be part of the New Dawn. It remains the Constitutional Court because there is no New Dawn Constitution. It is the same Constitution. Wire. It doesn't change whether there is a new president or not. You can't have a Constitutional Court that tries to appease the new politicians in office. When Deputy Chief Justice Zondo refused Moyani with the right to cross-examine Pravin, I got a shock of my life. I was like even a hardcore violent criminal caught on camera in FNB Stadium shooting at people seen by 90,000 people. Is not obvious. That person must still be tried. That person must still ask us who are accusing him questions. Or did you really see me? It's not obvious that we saw the person. Did you really see me? Because on that day, I was in New York. Here is my passport. The person you are referring to is my twin brother. Oh, we almost made him of killing a wrong person. That's the importance of listening to everything in court, including things that sound stupid. Certain things you say, it's too obvious. It's too obvious. They are not as obvious as you see them. We may get some wisdom out of Pravin's questioning from Moyan. Zondo said, no. I stopped watching Zondo since that day. I'm to pass certain marks and I'm told I'm under the judiciary because the problem is we are not the type to keep quiet. We don't care whether you are a judge or, hey, wrong, it's wrong. I can't keep quiet. I said, save myself. Let me just stop. I'm going to watch when Zuma goes. But for let me stop a bit. The unemployment, entrepreneurship, you'll get the details of the school, we'll go there. and debate that. The same applies to Mashaba. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing. Mashaba is a good guy. We even said we can have Mashaba as an EFF mayor. We won't mind. Because the guy, maybe our problems, maybe Mashaba is teaching us something. Maybe in future we may want to have that discussion. Maybe our problems don't need politicians. Yeah? Because Mashaba is not a politician. He doesn't take political attitude. He looks at, can it really work? Can we try it? Even if it comes from the enemy camp, maybe it needs these people. You know, that type of an attitude, it helps. We wanted to take Tshwane because we knew Tshwane is in the red. We wanted to demonstrate with Tshwane that we are the best government. Take it out of the red, put it out there, make it become a proper government. You know what happened to Tshwane? Every corrupt entrepreneur who was there under Spook is still doing business in that government. Nothing has changed. Nothing. Every corrupt fellow who worked under Sputa is still working there. There's not civil workers who are known corrupt in Tshwane. Bareki ba Tshwane, bareki, barekangi champagne and all that. Those who that drink Sputa. Bareki was doing that now. And the employment they have is working on municipality. They still have the same power they had during Sputa's time. Nothing significant has changed. So you need the EFF which knows these people. Deal with them. So these municipalities that are failing, my brother, we are not in government with those people. We are not there. So go and ask people of core governance as to what's really wrong. They are failing. The AG says we have a problem here, which is true. And surprisingly, a very bitter pill to swallow is Ikuruleni. It means Zwai is doing something. Every time I speak about him, he gets into trouble. So let me leave him. Because they say, why is he always speaking so well about you? Feast must fall, my sister. Just go and listen to the first debate of the State of the Nation address. The feast must fall. Only one person spoke from our side from feast must fall. Represented those in prison very well. Articulated the position of the EFF very well that we must release these people. All those who are found guilty must get presidential pardon. All of them.
We did a motion before.
And we did a motion in the EFF about feast must fall before the arrival of feast must fall in Parliament. Struggle will never leave. You are right. Tax are moving freely. We are greasy. They pay 200,000. Even when they say we have stolen, even when they say we have paid so and so, we have paid Gwede. Or Mona Gwede, he doesn't want that public protector at all because he knows his case is there. He's coming. The Communist Party doesn't want the public protector at all. CETA cases are there. They are coming. They don't want her because their matters are before her. And she's right. She says, they don't want me because I know too much. She knows too much. She's got a lot of information about these people. Your new Dawn appointed terrible chairpersons of committees. Your new Dawn has appointed Bosasa, alleged people, corrupt people into cabinets. So what can we say? The only person who became a man and said, I'm not going until I'm cleared, is Didi Mabuse. When Gwede actually said to DZD, hey, where are you going? We are all accused here, but we are not going anywhere. Why are you doing this? You are setting us up. Didi said, no, you must clear me. And then he went. They couldn't bring anything against Didi except newspaper clips. Nothing. And I had a discussion with the deputy president of the EFF. And I said, DP, I've got a problem, man. You know, Every turn we take, we call Didi corrupt and corrupt. But there is nothing tangible that I've ever touched against this guy. Not underground, not even intelligence stuff which you are told don't use it yet. I've never, in my entire life in politics, got anything tangible against Didi. But there's something tangible against Cyril. There's 500,000. There's 400 million in the account. Every white monopoly capitalist you know, everyone, put money in that account, by the way, of CR17. Can you say that about Didi? No one can say that. Didi is stories that are told in a toilet. Because if you repeat anyway in a proper platform, Didi take you on it. Gore le swangele di bolele ka mafure di felle ona mo ke molebo ke gossip. I'm not saying Didi can be best president, but the reality where the allegations can be touched. Ace Makashule's allegations can be touched. You can't say that about Didi. I'm going to go for example about with people who have possibilities if this one of president goes down, because the likelihood is that he may not finish his term. Things are looking extremely bad. It's not looking good. He has to pray a living God for him to pass this one that is confronted with the president. And I like the guy Shemare. The law is the law. There's nothing I can do. He has to comply with the law. If there is money laundering, there's nothing I can do. I told the man, I said, my brother, you've got a problem here. Sort your problem. Otherwise, you are going to be in trouble. The man, is loved by capital. There's some relative, sense of attraction to people who want to come and help us in this country and all of that. Although there's nothing tangible which came since, but there's too much talk. Sometimes we survive through talk. You just want to hear someone say, I love you, even when you know. There's a possibility that I'm not loved. So, but just hearing it helps you going. So to hear we love Ramaphosa, we want to invest, hey, it keeps us going. We're in big trouble. So the reality is that if the man goes down, you may have to want to prepare yourself for a president called Didi Mabuza. Because there's nothing against him. Nothing. I have nothing. I have nothing. I have everything on all of them. I have nothing. Some of them I tell them, oh, no, just fix here because there's going to be a trouble. Please. I've never said that to Didi, or fix here. Fix that. You just hear when you go to Mpumalanga, hey, he takes all feeding schemes. Hey, he takes all houses. Hey, he takes this. Everything is Didi. Everything is that. Okay, but give me something. Give me something. No one has come forward against him. Even those things of the green things, they are now allowed in your private houses, so you can't disqualify him based on that. You can't say, oh, it takes a green stuff, therefore, out at home, there's no problem. So, or everything you are using against Didi, it looks like it's falling out, falling away. So it looks like some kind of you have to practice calling Mabuza President Mabuza because it's fast approaching. I can tell you that South Africa, I've never lied to you. I've never lied to you. There's something coming there. The president is in big trouble. Is in big trouble. He launches a complaint against the president. When it becomes hot, he doesn't know whether he must sustain it or withdraw it, or he doesn't know what to do with it, but it's too late. He says, I've never said investigate money laundering. The public protector gives Musi the same letter marked in red. Read here your own letter. They have put a president in trouble. Now they want the way of taking him out of the trouble. It's too late. It's too late. Now, the president must answer. The president's answers are not satisfactory. I said to the president, President, why do you wait for investigation? Call a press conference, bring out the list, and say there was CR17 which was done. Whether you knew or you didn't know is immaterial. They did it for you. Now we know. Go and fetch everything and say to us, this is the situation. These are the people who have donated. And then South Africans will decide what they want to do. But the president has to come clean. Because there is this guy of Investec, Stephen Kosef. The guy accompanies the president to trips. He gets appointed into youth initiatives. What? Hey, ha. We need to know if that guy has put money in that thing.
Yes.
So that when the president says, I'm appointing Stephen Kosef of Investec, he's the one who put 50 million in your campaign. Therefore, he's conflicted. You can't assign him of such responsibilities. We ought to know these people so that when they are announced as this or that initiative, we must know if it's genuine or it's a payback time. The president, in doing so, he will equally be liberating himself from these people because they've put money and now they're dictating to him. There are strong allegations that Pravin was at the center of raising those resources. That's why it will be difficult for the president to act on him. Why is the president not opening up? Or about my issue, these are the people. You will decide what's going to happen. Because we're going to say we have a president here. Kanti, we have a front. The real stuff is the one that has put the money behind the campaign of the president. So I know there is no law which forces him to do that. But when you were campaigning for him in the media, you said he's an honest man. He's a transparent man. He's a clean president. It's a new door. A new dawn that still hides things from you. The same way Zuma was doing. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. The Rothschilds are not controlling now. They have been throughout. Yeah. They have been throughout. It's not for the first time the SAA board holds meeting in their offices. It has been happening. They control all the time. When you look at Investec documents and you look at the documents of Eskom on how Eskom must be restructured, this was said long before. The Rothschilds themselves have come clean and said, give us these things, we'll show you how they are done. They are not called Guptas. Why? They are white. There are certain morals for white people. They can't be corrupt. They can't capture anyone. And there are certain morals for black people. That's the country you live in. That's why, to me, those things don't work. Don't come here with nonsensical morality which doesn't apply to certain people. And it applies to certain people. Because the people who are supporting Cyril, they are white. Then they said Cyril is the one that can save this country because it is said by whites, it's a gospel truth. Even when he does the same things that Zuma has been doing. No, as long as whites are happy, there's no problem. We only become angry when whites are angry. They will control you, not me, not the EFF. We see the truth, we don't see color. We see law, we don't see color. We see the truth, we don't see color. Principle is principle, whether it's liked by white people or it's not liked by white people. Cyril doesn't want to fire Pravin because white people say so. that don't fire Pravin. But Cyril fired Moyane and Jiba and Mukhwebi on recommendations of a mere commission, not a Chapter 9 institution, not an institution established by a constitution. Commissions that recommend, public protector doesn't recommend, takes remedial actions. Whites say, hey, you can't do that. With Jiba, fire. With Moyane, fire. No, I'm reviewing. Aye, it's useless. And then we must accept that nonsense. When you say, hi, Moyane was reviewing, but hey, you said you don't want Moyane. Now you want Moyane. You are flip-flopping. It's not flip-flopping. It's a law. Consistency. We don't flip-flop. Go and look for our videos, not in the Youth League, in COSAS. We said these things when we were kids. We still say them today. Not going to be told by 702 blacks that were flip-flopping. Flip-flopping on what? Law is law. When Zuma was persecuting Pravin, despite that Pravin persecuted us, we said you can't do that. What is that? What are you doing? What are you doing? When now Pravin refuses to cooperate with law enforcement and Chapter 9 institutions, we say to Pravin, Luena cooperate. You say you are flip-flopping, you are supporting him during a Zuma, now you don't support him. We don't support people who don't comply with the law. Comply with the law. Public protector says answer questions, you refuse to answer questions. Because we once said Zuma is persecuting you, we must still say even now, don't answer questions. Because if we say so, we'll be consistent. But if we say something different, we're flip-flopping. We're not flip-flopping. We took you out of a mess. You are going back into a mess. We'll still take you out of a mess. It's our job. We have given that task to ourselves. You are going to go into a mess with this uncontrollable, unprincipled love you have for New Dawn, which is even now finding its way into a judicial lexicon. We ought to fight that. We ought to fight that. No one should capture, not even our courts. If they capture these courts, we're done. We're done. Rwanda must know we're coming to stay there. We're leaving. Because here, there is no longer constitution. So if there is no law, we're all finished. It starts with what you are doing with the public protector. It starts with treating certain people as gods. It starts like that. Small. There will be no courts. There will be no police. There will not be anyone to protect us from monsters, which will be produced by all of us here because of uncontrollable love of white people. You don't even love Cyril. You love white people. Because white people love Cyril, therefore you love Cyril. Go on with your whites. Let's see what's going to happen. You hate everything else that white people says this is not right. Your judgment is based on what white people say it's right. If it's wrong, by white people it's wrong. If it's right, by white people it's right. Go on. The Rothschilds are controlling now. There's a fire blade there at the airport. Our golds and diamonds are leaving this country undetected because it's managed by whites. It's owned by whites. Had the Guptas opened that fire blade, had the Guptas opened that fire blade, there will be Amabunga and rock unit permanently based there. Permanently based at the airport to monitor every bag that goes out of South Africa. Today there is no Amabungani at Fireblade. There is Amabungani and rock unit at where EFF leaders are sleeping, what they are eating, who they are seeing, and then whether they use flavored condoms or not flavored condoms. That's the life we're subjected to here. By Amabungani and rogue unit, which is permanently monitoring the EFF leaders. You can't do anything. if you order a fish and it doesn't have a bone, but is eating fish without bones, those things are done by elite, is against communism. That's what was objected to. But Amabungani must know that we have been there before. It's not for the first time. The rogue unit must know we have been there before. It's not for the first time. Stratcom, we have been there before. No